Sun, moon, stars,
It's a dark night, 2-0. So, you see the beacon of light through that black hole? Greetings, signs and moons, and of course I have to welcome back all my stars. Let me go ahead and get into channeling this energy ether. So what I'm picking up is your disdain for a particular group of individuals. However, you're not aware that these individuals are associated with distorted pantheons. And because of this, I'm going to tell you right now that their era has shifted out. And this is because during a paradigm shift, there was a number of beings selected to ascend to a higher height, which entailed you or a third party becoming a pantheon. However, because these individuals are distorted, they weren't able to ascend you, nor are they able to communicate with you. Now, partially, this is your fault. However, because these female energies that are pantheons are associated with a distorted era and a distorted universe, it is theirs as well. Now, because I know they're attempting to channel through me, what I'm going to say is, she is not a Sekhmet, nor are you. Now, the reason for them wanting to use me is because they cannot get through to the ones that they feel should have ascended. So they resort to saying that they are Najers or high-ranking Sobri Natashis, and they are not. She is not a Sekhmet, nor are you. Now, because I had to scrap one of my last readings, I'm going to briefly go over it. This reading talked about someone feeling like they were a judge, and because they felt that way, the recommendation for them was the Book of Judges. However, the energy that I'm channeling currently is the energy of strife. And because of this, I know that this reading is associated with vengeance. Now, you may have recently been at a strip club, and because you were there, you may have noticed distortion in someone's eyes. However, because there was some sort of hallucination put on you, you may have seen them as extremely beautiful. Now, because we have an energy WAR taking place, what this is talking about is someone having a fall from grace. However, either you or the individuals in this distorted universe is not aware that saying that they are Najers or a certain group of Shaktis is not going to work for me. What's going to happen is every reading that they want me to channel for you is going to go in the trash. Now, you could be a Taurus, or a Taurus knows of your whereabouts and something that you did. And this is because they have connectivity and they're also having issues with filming. Now, what I'm picking up is there was some sort of court case surrounding something that you bore witness to. However, for someone else, this is involving their false judgment of you. Now, you may have recently visited a memorial site or sacred land, and because of this, something was desecrated. Now, if you feel like you are divine masculine, what this is talking about is a POV. Now, this involves a third party looking into your lens, and or someone's point of view was distorted because of who they encountered in the recent past. Now, what I also know to be true is someone cast a false judgment on all parties involved. However, because this is associated with the gathering, the individuals that were present at some type of birthday party are also involved in some sort of GANG affiliation. Now, if you feel like this is you, what this is talking about is you releasing someone. However, because the same group of cards with an addition of at least 20 more is coming out in this reading, this is telling me that this particular pull was needed. However, because the thunder of God is here, this is speaking of a divine intervention. Now, this divine intervention could have been something that you bore witness to in the past. However, because somebody feels peer pressure, what is going to take place is someone is going to attempt to do it again. Now, what this has given me is an older female that feels like you should do what they say. And because of this, they're always attempting to come through when they feel like it's your energy. Now, my advice to you is to stop using a pendulum to send distorted energy to those readers that you feel are telling on you. Because what is happening is the ones that want you, which are distorted pantheons, are going to be present in your home. Now, if you know that you were involved in a plot twist, what this is talking about is someone using spell work to trap someone in their mind and to make them a love choice. Now, because I know this is associated with the group shift, what this is getting to is these pantheons not having mates, so they feel like they could choose you or your spouse. And since this is the case, you saying no to a particular scandal and a person has a lot to do with an upcoming event. Now, if you are someone that recently performed, what this is talking about is someone that you've seen there also asking if they could take a picture with you, and because they asked you, you may have obliged. However, because this individual is associated with distortion, what is taking place now is chaos energy. Now, what I'm also getting is there's a Libra here. However, this particular Libra is not aware that they are associated with the hearing. And because of this, what I foresee is a Shango energy coming in and intercepting a message. And this is because this individual feels like they could get you into a wreck. Now, if you could recall some years back, I said someone got into an accident trying to plot on a divine feminine in so many words. Now, because I know that my energy was in that reading and yours, what this is getting to is you feeling like you were the one that made it so, and that is not the case. Now, what I'm also getting is someone's approach to a perceived problem is the reason why all this chaotic energy is on the table. However, because so many angels are on the table, what this is talking about is the scales being balanced. Now, because someone feels like they can rule over you, what this is giving me is a distorted mother figure. However, because this distorted mother figure is showing up as a case, what this is talking about is you not falling for someone's antics, because the apple does not fall far from the tree. Now, if you recently spoke to someone, they may have asked you to be quiet. However, because these individuals are associated with connectivity, they're also attempting to communicate telepathically. Now, you may have recently heard a shh, and when you heard it, you may have said, was that next door? And this is because they heighten the energy in your domain. And what this talks about is them wanting to be able to hear your conversations, although you didn't go through this type of ascension. Now, because these two cards fell on the floor in the on the fence position, what this is talking about is someone feeling like they could get away with using me to send you a message. However, because all of their messages are distorted, if this is someone that you call on for guidance, this is telling me that all your readings are wrong and your pendulum swings. Now, they may be attempting to get back at you because when they were asking you to stop using their name for divination, you didn't want to do so. And because of this, what is going on now is a court case. Now, at this very moment, there are two signs of Ma'at. However, there was also a segment energy. So my advice is for you not to use Najers to do any type of divination, because what is going to happen is thundering and lightning, which is also a Shango. So this is telling me you feel like you are omnious. However, in the past, you weren't aware of what that was, or this person wasn't. So what this is getting to is you not having enough experience to say that you are like me and to call on my elders. I'm being guided to end it here. Deuces. What is your name? What is your name? Sergisias Etha.